गुरवे गौरचंद्राय राधिकाय तदालय कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः. First of all, offer my millions of obeisances to lotus feet of Asmade Gurupad Padma, Nitila Preshtajagat Guru Shishimad Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj, Trendi Swami Shishimad Bhaktivedanta Dandi Maharaj, Namnishta Sant Shri Aniruddhas Prabhuji, all the Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis, please accept my humble obeisances. Reading from Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, also known as Bhagavad Puran, Canto 2, titled The Cosmic Manifestation, Chapter 1, The First Step in God Realization, verse number 30. Devarakshini Chakshur Bhutpataraha Bhutpatanga Devarakshini Chakshur Abhutpatanga Pakshmani Vishnor Ahani Ubhecha Tadbhru Vijrumbha Parameshtirishnam Aposya Talu Rasa Eva Jivha. Dev, the sphere of outer space, Akshini, the eyeballs, Chakshu, of eyes, senses, Abhut, it so became, Patangaha, the sun, Pakshmani, eyelids, Vishnu, of the personality of Godhead, Shri Vishnu, Ahani, day and night, Ubhe, both, Cha and Tat is, Bhru, eyebrows, Vijrumbha, movements, Parameshthi, the supreme entity Brahma, Deshnam, host, Apaha, Varuna, the director of water, Asya, his, Talu, palate, Rasa, juice, Eva, certainly, Jivva, the tongue. The sphere of outer space constitutes his eye pits. The eyeball is the sun as the power of seeing. His eyelids are both the day and night. And in the moment of his eyebrows, the Brahma and similar supreme personalities reside. His palate is the director of water. Varuna and the juice or essence of everything is his tongue. To common sense of to common sense, the description in this verse appears to be somewhat contradictory because sometimes the sun has been described as the eyeball and sometimes as the outer space sphere. But there is no room for common sense in the injunctions of the Shastras. We must accept the description of the Shastras and concentrate more on the form of the Virat Roop than on common sense. Common sense is always imperfect, whereas the description in the Shastras is always perfect and complete. If there is any incongruity, it is due to our imperfection and not the Shastras. This is the method of approaching the Vedic wisdom. Text 31. छन्दांस्य अनन्तस्य शिरो गृह्णन्ति द्रष्ट्रायमा स्नेहकला द्विजानि हासो जनोन्मादकरी च माया दुरन्त सर्गो yat apanga moksha. Chandamsi, the Vedic hymns. Anantasya, of the supreme, Shiraha, the cerebral passage. Grananti, they say. Damshtraha, the jaws of teeth. Yamaha, Yamraj, the director of sinners. Sneha Kalaha, the art of affection. Dvijani, the state of teeth. Hasaha, smile. Jana Unmadakari, the most alluring. Cha, also. Maya, illusory energy. Duranta, unsurpassable. Sargaha, the material creation. Yat Apanga, whose glance, Moksha, casting over. They say that the Vedic hymns are the cerebral passage of the Lord, and his jaws of teeth are Yama, god of death, who punishes the sinners. The art of affection is his set of teeth, and the most alluring illusory material energy is a smile. The great ocean of material creation is but the casting of his glance over us. According to Vedic assertion, this material creation is the result of the Lord's casting a glance over the material energy, which is described herein as the most alluring illusory energy. The conditioned souls who are allured by such materialism should know that the material temporary creation is simply an imitation of the reality and that those who are captivated by such alluring glances of the Lord are put under the direction of the controller of sinners called Yamaraj. The Lord smiles affectionately, displaying his teeth. The intelligent person who can grasp these truths about the Lord becomes a soul fully surrendered unto him. Text 32. वीरिडोत्तरोष्ठो धर एव लोभो धर्मास्तनो अधर्मपथोऽस्य पृष्ठम् कस्तस्य मेढ्रम् वृषणौ च मित्रौ कुक्षी समुद्रा गिरयोऽस्ति सङ्घा. Vrida, modesty. Uttara, upper. Oshtha, lip. Adharaha, chin. Eva, certainly. Lobha, hankering. Dharmaha, religion. Stanaha, breast. Adharma, irreligion. Pathaha, way. Asya, his. Prishtham, back. Kaha, Brahma. Tasya, his. Medram, genitals. Vrishnau, Vrishanau, testicles. Cha, also. Mitrau, the Mitra Varunas. Kukshihi, west. Samudraha, the oceans. Giraya, the hills. Asthi, bones. Sangha, stack. Modesty is the upper portion of his lips. Hankering is his chin. Religion is the breast of the Lord. And irreligion is his back. Brahmaji, who generates all living beings in the material world, is his genitals. And the Mitra Varunas are his two testicles. The ocean is his west, and the hills and mountains are the stacks of his bones. The Supreme Lord is not impersonal as misconceived by less intelligent thinkers. Rather, he is the Supreme Person as confirmed in all authentic Vedic literatures. But his personality is different from that we can conceive. It is stated here that Brahmaji acts as his genitals and that the Mitra Varunas are his two testicles. This means that as a person, he is complete with all bodily organs, but they are of different types with different potencies. When the Lord is described as impersonal, therefore it should be understood that his personality is not exactly the type of personality found within our imperfect speculation. One can, however, worship the Lord even by seeing the hills and mountains or the ocean and the sky as different parts and parcels of the gigantic body of the Lord, the Virat Purusha. The Virat Purusha, the Virat Rupa, as exhibited by Lord Krishna to Arjuna, is a challenge to the unbelievers. Text 33. नद्योऽस्य नाड्योऽथ तनोरुहाणि महीरुहा विश्वतनोर्नृपेन्द्र अनन्तवीर्याश्वसितं मातरिश्वा गतिर्वया कर्मगुणप्रवाहा. Nadya, the rivers. Asya, of him. Nadaya, Nadya, veins. Atha, and therefore, and thereafter. Tanu Ruhani, hairs on the body. Mahi Ruha, the plants and trees. Vishwa Tanuho, of the universal form. Nrupa Indra, O king. Ananta Virjaha, of the omnipotent. Shwasitam, breathing. Matarishva, air. Gatihi, movement. Vayaha, passing ages. Karma, activity. Guna Pravaha, reactions of the modes of nature. O king, the rivers are the veins of the gigantic body, the trees are the hairs of his body, and the omnipotent air is his breath. The passing ages are his movements, and his activities are the reactions of the three modes of material nature. The personality of Godhead is not a dead stone, nor is he inactive as is poorly thought by some schools. He moves with the progress of time and therefore he knows all about the past and future along with his present activities. There is nothing unknown to him. The conditioned souls are driven by the reactions of the modes of material nature, which are the activities of the Lord. As stated in the Bhagavad Gita 7.12, the modes of nature act under his direction only, and as such, no natural functions are blind or automatic. The power behind activities is the supervision of the Lord. and thus the Lord is never inactive as is wrongly conceived. The Vedas say that the Supreme Lord has nothing to do personally, as is always the case with superiors, but everything is done by his direction. As it is said, not a blade of grass moves without his sanction. In the Brahma Samhita 5.48, it is said that all the universes and the heads of them, the Brahmas, exist only for the duration of his breathing period. Now, this verse from Brahma Samhita 5.48 यस्यैक निःसृता कालम् अथावलम्ब्य जीवन्ति लोमविरजा जगदण्डनाथा विष्णुर्महान् स हि यस्य कला विशेषो गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि यस्य whose एक one निश्वसित of breath कालम time अथ thus avalambya taking shelter of jivanti live loma vilajaha grown from the hair holes Jagat Andanatha, the masters of the universes, the Brahmas, Vishnu Mahan, the Supreme Lord Mahavishnu, Saha, that, Iha, here, Yasya, whose, Kala Visheshaha, particular plenary portion or expansion, Govindam, Govinda, Adi Purusham, the original person, Tam, him, Aham, I, Bhajami, worship. Brahma and other lords of the mundane worlds appearing from the pores of hair of Mahavishnu, remain alive as long as the duration of one exhalation of the latter, Mahavishnu. I adore the primeval Lord Govinda, of whose subjective personality Mahavishnu is the portion of portion. So the supreme majesty of the subjective nature of Vishnu is shown here. The same is confirmed here. The air on which the universes and the planets within universes exist is nothing but a bit of the breath of the unchallengeable Virat Purusha. So even by studying the rivers, trees, air, and passing edges, one can conceive of the personality of Godhead without being misled by the formless conception of the Lord. In the Bhagavad Gita 12.5, it is stated that those who are much inclined to the formless conception of the Supreme Truth are more troubled than those who can intelligently conceive of the personal form. क्लेशो क्लेशो अधिकतरस्तेषाम् अव्यक्तासक्तचेतसाम् अव्यक्ता हि गतिर्दुःखं देहवद्भिरवाप्यते क्लेशः trouble अधिकः अधिकतरः very much तेषाम् of them avyakta to the unmanifested asakta attached chetasam of those whose minds avyakta towards the unmanifested he certainly gati progress dukkham with trouble dehavadvi by the embodied avapyate is achieved. For those whose minds are attached to the unmanifested impersonal feature of the Supreme, advancement is very troublesome. To make progress in that discipline is always difficult for those who are embodied. Hare Krishna. Vancha kalpataruvasya kripa sindhuvevacha prathanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha.